Hi, everyone. As you can see, this is not your typical midweek story time because I'm not in my car heading off to work. I am actually on the beautiful island of Puerto Rico with my amazing husband, celebrating our seventh wedding anniversary. Now, I know I don't really post a lot about my husband on my personal social media account because I prefer to keep a lot private and show him my love and affection in person. Now, this is no shade at all to the couples that do post a lot about each other and a lot of love and affection, shout outs. There is nothing wrong with that. I actually think that's a nice thing to do. Um, the only thing I would say is make sure that you match or surpass that same type of energy, love, affection, all of that in private. Because sometimes we'll post things that may not be the reality of what's really going on. I don't know about you guys, but I was a little bit hurt when I found out J-Lo and A-Rod broke up. Because I would see their social media, they would just look like that it couple. They just look like they were so happy. But unfortunately, sometimes we live a life of a facade or a persona. But that's a story for another day. So we're here in Puerto Rico, and to be honest, we weren't really that excited about this trip because we originally had planned to head off to South America with another couple, our amazing friends, and we were gonna have a blast. We were going to live in a tree house in the jungle, right above the water. I already pictured myself and Lewis being Tarzan and Jane, all up swinging in the vines and stuff. Like, it was gonna be great. We were so hyped about this trip, guys. So hyped. So, you know, let's go, let's book it. But Lewis realizes that his passport is expired. So, yeah. Um, there goes that trip. So, the only other feasible national tropical trip we could go to is to Puerto Rico. So, why weren't we that excited about this trip? Well, we've already been here and we love to travel to places we've never been to before. So we've already been here as kids, as teenagers. And, when you're that age, you do whatever your parents tell you. And that really wasn't the type of trip I was looking for as an adult. Even though we had great times as kids, not the same type of trip I want to have right now, celebrating my wedding anniversary. So going through this experience brought me back to a time during my infertility journey where no matter what was happening in life, I just couldn't be happy. Even when my husband and I started discussing when we should try to start conceiving or trying to get pregnant, that was even a problem. Like, we just couldn't come to an agreement. We couldn't agree to a storyline. But that's a story for another day. This is a good one. So at this time, I remember I'm not gonna cry, guys. Y'all are gonna catch me slipping. At this time, I had just a failed IUI, and I was so done with everything. Like, I was done. I was tired. I just couldn't do it anymore. And I was in my pastor's office, my pastor at the time, and I ended up speaking to his wife. Lewis and I, we spoke to her, and I ended up just saying, I'm done. I'm done with everything. I'm over it. And I just want God to tell me if I'm gonna be a mom, because if I am, then I'll hold on to the hope. Or if I'm not, I'll just, figure out how to cope with that. No matter how difficult it was gonna be, I was gonna figure it out. I was gonna do it. And she just looks at me and says something so simple. She says, how about you learn to figure out how to be happy with what you do have now? And something so simple really got me thinking. I've been so ungrateful. throughout my process of infertility, I got a new job at this amazing hospital. I was in grad school, 4.0 student. Had an amazing, still have an amazing husband, endless date nights. We hung out with our amazing friends, so many trips, Mexico, Canada, Delaware, Philly, Poconos, Hawaii, my dream vacation, Hawaii. We had a new car, a new apartment. But I just had a very difficult time just being happy with what I had. You know, these amazing things that I had, I was taking them for granted. And that's what happens when you focus on that thing that you don't have. And you miss out on all the amazing things, the amazing blessings that you've been granted because you're so focused on what you don't have. So we took that to heart and we decided, you know what? We're just going to be happy with what we have. And I told Lewis, I don't want to do any treatment right now. I don't want to track my cycle. I don't want to schedule sexy time. I don't want to do any of it. Like, I'm tired. So he was cool with it. He's like, babe, whatever you want to do, I'm on board. So the plan was we were going to enjoy our anniversary that year, have a blast in the summer, bug out, do what we want to do in the summer. And then in the fall, I was going to start fertility treatments again. So yeah, that's what we did. Yes, I still had bad days. I'm not going to lie, but I only had bad days. I didn't have bad weeks or bad months anymore. And by the summer, I was pregnant with Lex. So I know that sometimes life can throw you these massive lemons and they are there to knock you out, but it's important for us to focus on what we do have. Like right now, you're watching this video, you've survived a global pandemic, you've press play. You have hands to press play. You have 2 eyes that can see. You have ears that can hear. You have a brain that can comprehend what I'm talking about. I know sometimes life can get so bad that all you have is your beating heart to focus on and to be thankful for. But that's a start. That's a start, because where there is life, there is hope. So what I want to tell you guys is to focus on what you do have now. So I might not be in the jungle swinging through the vines like Tarzan and Jane, but we're going to be Rosalind and Lewis, a couple who is madly in love. We have no work responsibilities. We have no parenting responsibilities for this week. We have unlimited time with each other. We're going to do all the excursions we can. Enjoy this island to the fullest. Enjoy each other to the fullest. Because that's what we have now. And we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna have a good time. So remember, guys, the moral of today's story is learn to be happy with what you do have right now. Take care, y'all.